Here's the question. Should women be allowed to use child support as they see fit? Should they be able to do things outside of taking care of the children with said money? Why don't men have a say-so in how their child support is spent or where their child support money goes to? This is going to be a good one. Now, in my opinion, I think women should be held accountable for every single dollar that they spend in child support, just like men are held accountable for every dollar they owe in child support, period. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a video here. I'm going to break down this video, and it's about a child support card that one of the states in the United States has started to adopt, and I would imagine that a lot of people are up in arms about it. This was about 6 years in the state of Delaware, and I think the only people who are going to be mad about this are women who misuse child support to pay for things that they have no business using child support to pay for. And then there are going to be some things that I want to note about men. Now, mind you, I'm in this situation currently, okay? But I've always seen this kind of thing happen where, the men will get their children and they will be not up to par, maybe not up to the man's standard. But the young lady will have her hair done, her nails done, that kind of thing. Let's play the clip, and then I'm going to weigh in with some of my thoughts on this.
The state of Delaware is experimenting with a new type of child support in a form of a card, which works much like an EBT card.
Okay.
The child support card will prohibit parents from paying for certain items like gas, rent, and adult clothing.
And liquor.
And liquor. Lonnie, what do you think? What are you thinking? Is this a good idea?
Well, I mean, you know what? Okay, this is a thing that I know about child support.
Okay.
Like, child support goes to the one that's the major caregiver. And I think it's good that they do have the card and have certain restrictions. But I also want to say that if you are the parent, and you're a parent, if you have a child 24/7, there's nothing wrong if it's your day off to take $50 and go have a meal. I think that's okay.
Pause. First of all, epic fail. I think it's okay if you take this money that's meant for my child, $50, and go do X, Y, Z. Absolutely not. Now, let's point out something. First of all, Lonnie does not, I don't think she has any children, and she's not married. Let's just stop right there. You disqualify from making any kind of weighing in on any kind of options talking about something that you don't even know about. So, let's talk about it for a little bit, all right? Now, not only are men assigned child support, but often men give more than just child support, because if it's for his kids, more than likely, this is how women will frame it. Oh, Junior needs this. The girl needs that. Whatever. Most likely, even outside of child support, I do it. You will oftentimes give a little bit extra. If she says, hey, I don't have this, the kid has a recital, maybe he has a soccer practice, maybe he has football practice, and I need some pads, I need a little bit extra, it costed more than I thought it was going to cost. And us being good fathers, more than likely we'll figure out a way to come up with the money, because we don't always have the money. Somehow these women think we're a money tree. The modern women already think that if you don't have the bag anyway, you're a bum. But just imagine, okay, and I heard something recently that said if a man makes $1,000 a week, that ain't no money. Young lady, I would like to play that clip, but I would get off track. Anyway, this is the state of mind that these women are in today. Okay, now, most times, a man will try to get something for the kids if he thinks the kids really need it. Also, men are often responsible for medical coverage and medical payments. Now, if we add that to the mix of child support and all these other things, it's ridiculous how little women are required to give. Now, if the kids stay with her full time, that's a little bit different. I think this is okay, not spending the $50, but I think it's okay unless she doesn't manage it well. I mean, I think it's okay for her to ask for a little extra money if she is, in fact, doing things for the children. But if she doesn't manage it well and she does things for like personal stuff, and we know that all women at some point that they get child support do not use the entire thing for the children. Let's just be real here. If there are any ladies, I looked at the analytics. 84% of you are men, 16% of you are women. So the 16% of you that watch this channel, if you have children, I want you to drop in the comments. If you do get child support, or you know somebody who's gotten child support, name me one of them that has used every single dollar that they've got in child support for the actual child. I just don't believe that. I think all women at some point, they use it for something personal. They use it to pay rent. I'm not opposed to that. The children do need a roof over their head, but it's not my job to pay her rent. For some odd reason, women think that once you depart from them, that you owe them. They feel like you owe them something. The only thing you owe, your only obligation is to those children, not to the woman. And that is where this is misconstrued. But the court system will penalize you. And that's what the mindset is with these women, that we owe them. No, we owe the children are our responsibility and our obligation. And oftentimes they confuse that when we pay child support, that, oh, this is my money, I can do whatever I want, when in actuality it's supposed to be used for the children, which is why I love the idea of having a card that prohibits them from buying certain things that most men would probably not agree to. Perfect. Now, I want you to listen to this. We're going to go on in the video. I want you to listen to this quick clip from the same interview, and this is why I think the child support that women receive needs to be regulated. It needs to be regulated. All right. She said, first of all, they should be able to take $50 and have a meal. Of course, that would be taking advantage of it. Okay. Let's listen to a little bit more of this. It gets better.
Paying a lot in child support.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, come on. Some
Yes,
people, they're not paying a lot in child support.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like they trying to act like, you know, they paying $1,500.
Pause. Some people are not paying a lot in child support. I wonder what she thinks that is a lot. Let's listen to some of the things she says.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, come on. Some people, they're not paying a lot in child support.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like they trying to act like, you know, they paying $1,500, $2,000. Some are, but I'm talking about where I'm from, you know, the D, that $300 a week is, come on, bruh.
Yeah.
$300 a week.
But the reason why they put it...
Pause. Can she not count? Can she not count? This is on national television, streamed to a lot of women. $300 a week is what she said. That's not a lot. First, she goes on to say some people not paying $1,200 and $1,500. $300 a week is $1,200 a month. That's a lot in child support. I don't know what world she's living in or what math she's doing, but $300 a week is a lot in child support. We know that women don't use 100% of the funds for the children. A lot of them use it for their main source of income. And then they get government assistance, these other kinds of things. Okay? And the problem with that is that they don't want to work. It makes women lazy. I'm not saying all women. There are some women who work their butts off and actually use it for the children, but there's still some portion of it that they use for whatever they needed to. So when women get child support, and y'all, if I'm wrong, I'd like to hear comments. And I'm not talking about the exception to the rule. I'm talking about the majority of women who receive child support. I doubt that when they do their budget, that whatever money, the funds they get is in an account only for the children. I'm almost certain that it's used for other things. Now, certain things that I think most men would say are okay. Groceries. Kids got to eat. That's part of the expense. Rent is not really my responsibility. I'm not responsible for your lifestyle or your way of living. And that is also where the court system fails terribly. right? When a man is living a certain type of lifestyle, they penalize the man for being successful, and they say, oh, well, the kid and the woman has to live at this same lifestyle even though they didn't do the work. Now, I understand about the kid, right? And the man will more than likely take care of his child, especially if he's a high earner. But these women take advantage of this and game the system. Now, look, if you're smart enough to do what you got to do, whatever, nothing we can do about it. But my thing is, hold these women accountable, because all these men, some of which have been caught up in situations where the child is not even theirs, right? And those men don't get money back. It's ridiculous. Let's go on more to listen to how ridiculous society, like, this is on mainstream television, and this is what we're showing to our young women as it's okay.
Why they put it into action is because, sadly, you guys,
There are those ladies
there
out
are
there.
a lot more people that are taking advantage of child support, and that's why they've put this into action. That's why they're coming up with this idea, because you can't take your girlfriends out for drinks on your child support.
You can't.
No, that's true.
You
but
can't hit the
also,
strip
I
club
think
using that card.
it becomes a time when you, as the parent, you have rights, especially if you're paying child support, you have visitation. Why don't we start talking to each other as parents and as aunties and uncles about...
Pause. She made a good point. We should start talking to each other about visitation or whatever she said. Okay, whatever she said. But here's the thing. Okay, do you really think that if you had a conversation with your girl, uncles, whatever she said, about, like, this is how it often goes. Hey, you know, this week the kids came. I noticed they didn't have that many clothes in there. You know, I'm paying this much in child support. Or I'm paying you money to take care of the kids. What's going on? Why don't they have these items? I spend the money however I see fit. How many people would you say have that conversation versus, well, this month, you know, I was short on such and such. I had to buy more groceries. That almost, I'm willing to bet that a large majority of the time that conversation doesn't happen. It's more like, don't worry about what I do with the money you give me. It's my money. I'm going to do what I want with it. Now, if I'm wrong, which I seriously doubt that I am, statistics prove it. You can go look this stuff up. Look at how much child support is being paid out by men. Look at how many women who receive child support also get government benefits. Let's look all that stuff up. I didn't do it for this. It's crazy.
About, hey,
Listen to
where's
some
this
more.
money going to?
I think it depends on the person and the type of situation, because there are women out there,
Yes.
this is the real,
Their fathers, too.
who search for the dudes that have the money and say, you know what,
Well, that's
I'm
a
gonna...
whole different level. That's child support on a whole
no,
different
that
level.
happens.
women do that.
Absolutely.
They take advantage of the situation.
But I think when you look at a bill of a mother who's charging things using child support money, moms also deserve to be able to take care of themselves and to be able to spend on themselves. Like, if a mom is going to the gym, she needs to get a workout in and she needs to feel good about herself. If a mom is going to go get a drink with child support money, she should get that drink. It's
What do
really
you
tough
think,
being a
Mel?
mom.
I don't know about getting a drink on child
Pause.
support.
That is financial fraud. That is financial assault. And they do it to athletes all the time. Now, these athletes are young, 20-something years old, and women do their research. That's why they call them thirst traps. I'm sure y'all heard of that word. They target these young men, and their only hope is to get pregnant by one of them so that they can get child support or a guaranteed lifestyle forever. If you don't believe me, when All-Star Weekend comes up, attend one of these things and see how many women are scantily dressed, only looking for athletes. They know a bunch of ballers, a bunch of guys with money. That's the only reason that they go to these things, to try to land a baller. And if I'm wrong about that, I want to hear what you have to say about that in the comments, but we know already that I'm telling the truth. I've seen it. You know, football all-star game or the Pro Bowl. All these different things where all these athletes and influencers and celebrities hang out at. All these things you will find a ton of broke, pretty women that only look to prey on these young guys. All right. And here's the other thing. If you're in the NFL or the NBA, I'm almost certain that if you're a young guy, you're single, a lot of these guys are not married when they enter the league. There's busloads, truckloads, groupies. You guys have heard of all this, right? Of women that are just there to serve those guys in hopes that they can do one of two things. In hopes that they can become a girlfriend or a side piece to these guys, or in a rotation with these guys so they can live a certain lifestyle and get certain benefits, or to become a main chick and get a baby by them. It's assault at the highest form. It's predatory at the highest form. Oh, but we won't talk about that. We won't hold women accountable for their predatory behavior towards these young men, will we? No, we won't. Now let's hear what they said about going out with your girls, because I think this is about to get my blood boiling.
I'm sorry.
I think if you're a mother, you absolutely deserve a nice little drink at happy hour.
You son of a bitch.
I'll do that with my own money. Not with the money. I will get myself a drink, but I will get it with my own money.
You don't take advantage of it.
Let's
I'm sorry.
see what
I want to hear about it, Mom. Yeah.
I'm in two minds. I do think there are people out there that need to be checked.
Yes.
Right.
They do,
Yes.
because I have given child support to my other half, and I've been
Okay.
given child support back.
Okay.
Now, I'm the kind of parent, I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
I make
Pause.
sure my kids are...
Okay. Let me give y'all, first of all, Jeannie. Jeezy, come get your girl. This is Jeezy's wife on the real, just so y'all know. Okay, so she's married to a millionaire or somebody who has a lot of money, and here she is telling women that it's okay to go spend child support money to go to a bar and have drinks with your girls on child support money. And these are the young women we have telling our young women that it's okay to do this. The only one on this panel who seems to have any sense is the young lady over to the right. Now, she is Israel Houghton's wife. Israel Houghton, if you don't know, is a prominent, very successful gospel music artist. I know because I listen to his music all the time. And he plays at the church here in Houston where I'm at. Now, she's the only one that seems like she has some morals and concerns, and she was like, you shouldn't be able to use the child support for stuff like that. If you're going to go out, I'll use my own money. But we have an audience full of women clapping for what Jeannie said. And I'm sorry, Jeezy, come get your girl. Jeannie.
You're fired!
Get out of here. You really, like, the delusion is just taking girls out for... How many women do you think, if they don't work because women have access to all these governmental programs and they... and all this help that they use on top of child support, do you think if they don't have to use their money that they're going to choose to spend their own money? Now, we're not going to be honest about this, but just think about it. And women will swear they use it for their kids. You see them. They got their hair done. They have their nails done, but the kids aren't up to par. We see it all the time, and these standards should be enforced with jail time or fines, because you're misusing hard-earned money that these dudes are going out here working themselves to the bone, killing themselves for, putting themselves in danger to provide for children. And here you are using it to go out with your girls. That is ludicrous. Ludicrous. I think every state should adopt this policy, and if they are found in violation, fine them, impose some kind of consequences when they misuse the child support. Heck, I think fathers should have a 50% say in what happens with their child support money that they give for their children. That would only be right. You think America's going to do that? Nope. I'll tell you why. Because they stand to gain from assigning child support to men. But women need to be regulated. Men are regulated, and the state will impose sanctions on the man in the form of garnishing wages. They don't ask. They garnish wages forcefully. They will round them up and put them in jail for not paying child support. And subsequently, after they're in jail, more than likely they will lose their job if they're in there for too long. How can he pay child support if he's in jail? Yet we let women run amok and do what they want. This is ridiculous. And this is the state that we live in. This is the state of the country that we live in. We should take just as much effort in enforcing standards on women so that a man's money for his children is used just for that. If you need more money, go get a job. There are hardworking women out there. But for every one of those, there are 2 or 3 other lazy ones that don't want to work, that want to game the system, that want to get government assistance and finesse men for child support. We see them on TV all the time, and this has been normalized.
You do. I will get myself a drink, but I will get it with my own money.
But you don't take advantage of it.
Let's see what
I want to hear about Mom. Yeah.
I'm in two minds. I do think there are people out there that need to be checked.
Yes.
Right.
They
All
do,
of them need
because
to be
I
regulated.
have given child support to my other half, and I've
Okay.
been given child support back.
Okay.
Now, I'm the kind of parent, I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
I make sure my kids are treated equally as possible. But when they need clothes and things like that, it's good to...
Have you ever used the child support inappropriately? Does it happen?
No, I don't think
She
I
got my- I'm
would.
talking
'cause I
about
already...
her.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, we're talking about...
I don't believe that.
Choice girl. But you get what I mean? Like what she's saying is like, well, I felt I deserved a little splurge on an outfit, so I used that. Does that really help?
No, you know what? Where I'm really getting to with this is
Yes, that really... Pause. That does happen. Come on, man. I deserve a little outfit. She get that money. They have no way to regulate what she's spending outside of this card in Delaware. They have no way to regulate it. You don't think that happens? Y'all, my audience, guys, all right, you 84% of guys, by the way, y'all not subscribe and like the video. Put in a chat, put in a comment if you think that women don't actually do that. Every now and then, let's just say, well, I feel I deserve a vacation. I feel I deserve or whatever. Men don't get a break at all. This does not ever stop for a man. A man is obligated to his responsibilities forever. Once he have a child, he can't turn off what he is responsible for doing. But a woman can turn that off. When y'all break up, she ain't got to give you no ass no more. She don't got to be nice to you. She don't got to give you anything. But you still have to be responsible partly for her living. You got to be responsible for them children. But they always assume that the man is the only one responsible for those children, not the woman. I understand that a man should do these things, but if it's in him to do it, he gonna do it anyway. And most men that I know are great fathers. All these bums you see on television and social media is skewed. It's skewed. The only guys I know in my circle work. They take care of their kids. Those have been the guys for 2 decades that I've been around. I have not met one bum yet. I have met a ton of men who are attacked and assaulted, not physically, but financially by women. They've had their children taken from them, or they've had their children, used as pawns and leverage. I've even had that done to me. This stuff happens all the time, but we never hold women accountable.
But where I'm really getting to with this is that, because they said that they were also checking the sizes and the ages. Well, maybe you are a person that has maybe 2 or 3 kids, and maybe one father doesn't take care of the other one, which is not their
that's not their fault.
But the point is, as a parent or a mother.
Do y'all remember that video where the guy brought his kid McDonald's, and because he didn't buy the other kids food, the girl took the McDonald's and chunked it on the floor, threw all his baby food on the floor? See, that boils my blood. I'd be livid. I mean, luckily I got kids all by one person, but what I'm saying still, and that's not a shot at the brother, but I'm just saying, this kind of stuff happens. And do you think that if you're paying child support, do you think that when a woman get that child support check, that she not using it for her other kids too? Now listen, I'm not a cold-hearted SOB, but my child support is for my child. If I was in that situation, let's be real. How in the world can she not use that for paying for her other children? Let's just say you're the only one of her baby daddies that did something with your life. You're an engineer, whatever. You make money. Don't you think that you're going to be paying more child support than the other fathers? And the more money you pay, all that is not going to be spent on your child. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Let's continue.
You may want to buy the other child something with it. And that's what I'm saying, is that there are different reasons why. Because I don't think all women are not like that. All women just don't take, they have other kids and they're trying to budget and everything.
Stop the cap.
I'm just concerned about the restrictions on the card. Yes. That's all I'm saying.
Is there any way that...
Pause. I'm concerned about the restrictions on the card. We're concerned about the reckless nature of women who misuse money that's meant for our children. And you talking about restrictions on the card? This reminds me when the government said, oh, for all of you bums that's on welfare, not all of you are bums, okay, but for a lot of you that are gaming the system, now we require drug tests before you can get this check. And it was a bunch of, y'all don't remember that? It was a bunch of people that got upset. And in my mind, I'm thinking, good for them. You shouldn't be allowed to get free money that I'm paying for because I'm a taxpayer. And you doing drugs, man, get out of here. Go work. Get off your ass, bum. Right? This is what that's exactly saying when she say, oh, I'm just worried about the restrictions. No, there should be restrictions. This should be regulated in every state. I wish all of the states would adopt this. Because it's getting ridiculous out here, man. This is crazy. Let's hear the rest.
I'm just concerned about the restrictions on the card. Yes. That's all I'm saying.
Is there any way that we can check that? That's why I say it depends on...
No, there's no way to check it. I can tell you that now. There's no way to check it. And Ronnie Love, really? You know, start talking to women about where child support money is going. That sounds good in theory. Now, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good point. But women are not having it, nor are they having any conversations about what they do with said child support money because it isn't regulated. And even in the documentations, I have it. I had to get it when I got the visitation order for my children after the divorce. And it says word for word, the court orders that the parents have the right to receive child support and save or spend these funds for the children's benefit. I'm reading it. And it has a box that says mother exclusively, father exclusively, parents jointly, yada, yada, yada. Now, almost exclusively, that box that is checked is mother exclusively. And outside of that, there isn't anything that governs exactly what is and what is not acceptable. Now, let's pause here because I got 3 questions. And this might make y'all blood boil, but I'm already there. I've been past there because the way that we treat men in America is ridiculous, it's shameful, it's deplorable. And no one gives a hoot. Nobody gives a hoot. Here's the question. Number 1, do you think women should be regulated in the use of child support funds? Put it in the comments. I want to hear. And for all you people who think that, no, you should let the women use it for whatever they need because the other kids might need something and they might need food and they might need to pay rent, then back up your claim to why you think that women should not be regulated in the use of child support funds. Here's the second question. Do you think fathers should have the right to determine what the child support is used for? Resounding yes from me. Resounding yes. Number 3, do you think that women should be allowed to take friends out, go clubbing, get their hair done, personal items with the child support money? Third question. Now, while y'all type y'all answers in the comments, our sponsor today is Growth Gang merch. We get demonetized a lot, or we just don't get that much support. People don't want to collaborate with us. So, please, the link to order in the description. You can Cash App me. And I want to send a shout out to the Growth Gang crew and the Cash App crew. I truly appreciate y'all support. Thank you. Y'all rock. She is today married to rapper Young Jeezy, and this is her thought process. This is what she is proposing to women, that it is okay to do with money or funds meant for children. I do want to give a shout out to Israel Houghton's wife. Shout out to her for asking. I think her name is Adrian. Shout out to her for asking real questions, and she seems to be the only one doing that and holding these other women accountable. When Adrian asked, have you ever used the money for anything other than the children? The girl that answered used to be part of a popular R&B group, so she got money. Okay. And she said no, but I still, even with that, I think, yes, this does happen all the time. In the example with the young lady who threw the McDonald's stuff when the guy bought his kid something, it's not our responsibility to take care of your other children, ma'am. That's not his responsibility. Those are the consequences for your bad choices. And my kids shouldn't have to suffer because you were loose and you were freely giving out your lady parts to Chad and Tyrone. You made that bed. Now you must lay in it. Lie in it. I think it's lie. Restrictions on the card. The only women that would be worried about restrictions on the card would be women who misuse those funds meant for the children. Heck yeah, hold them accountable. Just like men are held accountable. They want to be equal. They want all this. Well, they should also bear the brunt of legal actions when they don't follow the law. If we will have wages garnished and we will get thrown in jail if we don't support our children like we should. This is very near and dear to my heart. And it infuriates me when women are allowed to run amok, doing whatever they wish, however they want, with absolutely no repercussions, no consequences to their actions. And we, as a society, we just further perpetuate these things so that they continue happening. Y'all, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Am I reaching too far? I'm very polarized on this issue, and for any one of you who make excuses for these women, you should be ashamed of yourself. You're a deplorable human being. I'm not going to retract what I said. You're deplorable. Fellas, remember, never, ever give your resources to a woman who hasn't earned it, who doesn't deserve it. She doesn't automatically get that. If she's a queen, you will see that. She will show it to you. And then you may treat her like a queen. Then she will have earned the right to get that. But you have the right to say no to being finessed. And in all of this is why on this channel I do preach, be the best man you can be, look the part. I had to upgrade my wardrobe a little bit because I can't be out here in t-shirts telling you, hey man, you need to look the part. And here I am in freaking tank tops or something that doesn't represent what I'm trying to preach to you. Well, so I've covered that in other episodes, and we're going to go into that too. I'm actually going to have an episode about cheap things you can wear that you can look good on any date for any woman. We'll go over that. It's like 5 outfits. Very, very cheap, very easy to put together, even if you don't know how to dress. So make sure you go check out the other episodes. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching. If you've gotten this far, you rock. It helps me in the algorithm. I need more of y'all to subscribe. A lot of y'all watch my videos. 84% of y'all are men. 16% of y'all are women. But you have not subscribed. Please subscribe. And if you don't like me, hit the thumbs down. But if like the video. Doesn't take much. Check out my book. Check out the merch. Please make a donation on Cash App. Like I said, they demonetize all the time. Or people don't necessarily like to promote or work with brands or people that uplift men, because obviously the people who spend the most money in our economy are women. It's a women-driven economy. They spend the most money. So we need help to get the message out, And again, I'm not bashing anybody, men or women, and I actually love relationships. I think that's the nuclear family is the basis of how we get America back on track, but we got to stop being divisive. I don't know if I said the word right. I'm not on here to be politically correct or grammatically correct. I ask a lot of stuff for y'all, but if nothing else, hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. All right, that's it. Thank you for joining me for today's show. I want to know what y'all think. Let's flood these comments with some common sense, because, man, this is a clown world out here. More clown stuff to come, man, that I'm going to be commenting on. If you got an idea, something you want me to break down, a video you want me to break down, you can send it to my TikTok or my Instagram. It'll be in the description. It's been displaying on the screen the entire time. I love y'all, man. Appreciate all my subscribers. All y'all, new and old. That's it. I'm out. This bug, wherever it came from, it's like a fruit fly. It's been bothering me. The entire episode, I've been trying to keep my composure. All right, y'all.